What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Guys, I have another YouTube channel called Kinganda, right? And it focuses on the African diaspora and connecting African Americans to East Africa, in particular Uganda. And I also do like a Pan-African version of the Celebrity Junk on that channel. And I did a video called White Struggle Vlogger is Upset That Women in the DR Congo Won't Date Him. And I was talking about how this white vlogger who called the Congolese people racist because, you know, the Congolese people would, possibly look at him funny for dating an African girl because they just didn't trust him, right? And I got an interesting notification on that video about 2 or 3 days later. And actually about 2 weeks later, I got a notification from this person. I won't call her name because she's a struggle YouTuber. I just don't feel like blowing up her channel or anything like that, right? So she probably doesn't know my stances on swirling, but she is a swirler, right? And I want you guys to hear what she had to say. And I went to her YouTube channel, and I want you to hear what kind of stuff she talks about. But if you think about it, guys, women who date white men that are black, they always have to talk about how much they love white guys and how much they prefer them. They have to go out and let the whole world know, and on their community tab, because they cannot stop selling out, right? But she talked about this guy and called him creepy. But let me go ahead and read what she had to say, and just to show you how sick-minded these people are. Date music, creepy and predatory as hell, considering how open-minded most African women are to interracial dating and marriage. I promise you, he's the problem. Sad music. I met this French man who was on his absolute worst behavior. So when I stopped being interested in him, he blamed it on him being white and me being prejudiced rather than his poor behavior. Stop the show. Like, nobody cares. Why are you writing this on your community tab as if somebody cares about your life? Like, you just have to let the world know that you're out here with Zaddy, huh? Sad music or date music? Mind you, I don't even date black men and have been dating interracially my entire life. Stop the show. My entire dating life. Nobody asked you to talk about this. You're such a buffoon. You just have to let the whole world know that you're for white Zaddy. Date music. So I promise you it has nothing to do with you being white and everything to do with your horrible manners. I like European men more. Sad music. I like European men more than white American men because European men are very masculine and they don't mind following their gender role. Stop the show. But you are completely weaving and sounding it up on every photo. Like, who cares what you like? Dating music. However, I like white American men more than European men, and that white American men aren't arrogant as hell with black women. Stop the show. Like, what? Like, what? Is this a buffet for why you like white? Oh my God. Nobody asked her for any of this stuff. Sad music. They don't expect us to like them because they're used to black women being very close-minded to the idea of interracial dating and only preferring black men. Stop the show. You see how she took this video, which was about a white man being entitled in Africa, switching it around about her preference for white men over black men. Dating music. So they are much more humble. They don't have all this mentality. All that he has to do to be white and walk. Stop the show. What is walk? Like, you're dumb. Bruh. Should toss themselves at him the way they're used to with Asian women. Black women are not impressed by you simply being white. Stop the show. Are you sure about that? Dating music. Black women typically have a stronger sense of racial pride. Stop the show. Yeah, like you, who won't date black men at all because you have a stronger sense of racial pride. Dating music. So white American guys are more gentleman-like and less arrogant and tend to put their best foot forward. European guys, here I am being white. You should want me. Oh, you don't? Well, I guess you must be effing prejudiced, mate. Stop the show. You stupid. Like, you really are in your feelings about this. Dating music. Having 9 white women worship him and being able to pump them to dump them is exactly what they used to when they go to Asia. He is literally pissed that 9 white women are worshiping him simply because of being male white. He is literally butthurt that his white privilege isn't getting him to the abundance of African Johnny he feels entitled to. Stop the show. So if he has white privilege, why you're dating him, right? But you know what? It gets worse, guys.
Oh hell no!
I want you to hear, like the hatred for black men by swirlers is real. They really want white men to like really notice them. You have to hear this particular. I want you to hear, and I won't say what video that it's from, but I just want you. Actually, to hear this. I just want you to hear what she has to say. Okay.
Facing the facts, who is the greatest threat to black women? And by the way, this right here is a picture of Oluwatoyin. She was a Black Lives Matter protester and black activist who was beaten and raped and murdered by a black man simply for being nice to him. And then you had black men flood online to justify her death and blame the victim, saying, well, she chose to hang around him. And you wonder why there's black women saying that if they're walking down the street and they see a group of black men together, they cross the street. Or you wonder why there's black women like myself who actively avoid them. But I'm going to go ahead and read this to you because this article is an eye-opener, and that's exactly what you ladies need. When I was a bright-eyed African-American studies minor in undergrad, I read the autobiography of Eldridge Cleaver, the renowned Black Panther Party. Cleaver detailed his accounts of raping black women as practice before building the confidence to venture into white neighborhoods to then rape white women. As a black woman, it wasn't Cleaver's demented narrative that resonated with me, or the fact that he was nonetheless held with high esteem in the black history books and academia, but rather the black community's ability to turn a blind eye to the atrocities that Cleaver inflicted upon black women. Not much has changed since then as it pertains to the black community and its collective disregard for the welfare of black women. And here is a picture of Janice Jackson, who was shot in the chest by a man she rejected outside of Pittsburgh bar. You have black men literally out here murdering women, shooting black women for rejecting their advances, because how dare you say no to him? And this is a common occurrence. It's very common for a black man to resort to violence if a black woman does not reciprocate his advances. Now imagine how scary that is for me, someone who dates interracially and doesn't even prefer black men. I'm rejecting them every time they approach me. And I have to mind how I speak and mind what I say when I reject them, because I could easily get killed on the spot for hurting his ego, for not reciprocating his advances. But let's go ahead and continue. It says, as I thumb through social media, I'm bombarded with rehashed stories of George Floyd, Rayshard Brooks, and the almost forgotten Ahmaud Arbery case. I can't even go outside without seeing hashtag Black Lives Matter on someone's shirt or garnished on a storefront. The narrative remains the same. The narrative being that as a black woman, my life is under immense threat by racist white men and Karens because of the color of my skin. Or as LeBron James proclaimed, as black people, we are literally hunted every day and every time we walk outside our homes. This narrative is outdated and short-sighted, to say the least, because as a feminine, monoracial black woman in 2020, I can't agree that I feel hunted, threatened, or even uncomfortable by white men in my daily life. In actuality, I feel threatened and very uncomfortable when I interact with non-familial black men.
All right, so you heard what she had to say. The frustrations that she has for brothers is real. Like, she can't get it off her mind. She goes even when it's not even about black men, she makes it about black men. Like, seriously, you have these people who are sick, like her. And think about this: with this much anger and this much virility, what good is she to anybody else of another race when she has this much anger? Like, if you think that you date interracially, this is what you do. Why are you so butthurt? Why are you so worried about what's going on with black men and the black community? You're on the Kinganda channel. Like, why? Like, you go to the communities of Brad and wearing sandals and flip flops and surfing. Like they can't leave black men alone. Like they just can't. They're always sandling up. I just don't know why. And now you're mad at me for being a black. You're mad at somebody else. Just shut up. Like, just go be miserable. All right? And I know that most sisters are not like this one. Something's wrong with her. And she needs help. Guys, what do you think about this swirler? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson. Back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Subscribe, hit the bell. I really appreciate you guys. Check out the first comment at the top. Don't forget to vote. The Negro Manosphere Awards. Go to the first link to the top. Make sure you vote. Check out the Black Men Are Perfect t-shirts. Check out the Patreon. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out.